Welcome to the HMG Executive Leadership Spotlight, where we showcase the best of the best global business technology executives inspiring trust and winning in a global digital economy. And now here's our host, Hunter Muller.
Hello and welcome to HMG Spotlight. I'm Hunter Muller, founder and CEO of HMG Strategy. I'm here with Florin Rotar. Florin is the Global Chief AI Officer for Avanade, an amazing organization. Florin, congratulations on being the HMG Global Leadership Institute Chief AI Officer of the Year Award recipient.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Hunter. Flattered and honored.
Well, hey, Florin, what's different about this innovation cycle? The intensity and the velocity, we have never seen anything quite like it.
I think one is the sheer size and scale of the takeoff. This is something which has captured the imagination of hundreds of millions of people, certainly captured the imagination of every CEO and CIO that we work with. I think the second part of this is that it fundamentally has the opportunity and the potential to change industries, to change companies, to change functions. That's what we're doing ourselves.
Great stuff. When you think about it, the Chief AI Officer, what an amazing title, what an amazing opportunity, what an amazing role. What's the message that you deliver to the CEO and to the business?
This is actually more about people than it is about technology. Right now, I'm actually spending 80% of my time on the people topic rather than the technology topic. And that's because what we've seen is that when organizations think about AI and generative AI as a way of empowering people to become the best versions of themselves, when you're really thinking about enabling them to reach new heights in their career and professional and personal development, you get so much better outcomes than when you're just focusing on topics like productivity and on automation and cost reduction. All of that comes, but focus on the people first dimension first. And then you get the acceptance and the adoption, which really drives business success.
You know, we're studying global visionary leadership here in 2024 at HMG Strategy. And why is it that it's so difficult to reinvent and reimagine a go-to-market or new processes?
Generative AI is one of those topics where everybody has an opinion, and it actually impacts every single fiber of the organization. So the way we experienced it is that we used to have very heated debates between myself, our chief legal officer, our chief people officer, the CFO, the COO, the CIO, around how to move at speed, but with the right balance of risk and reward. And that required us to take a different approach around the governance structure. That required a different way for us to think around not putting just speed bumps in the way, but to put guardrails in place with responsible AI and digital ethics so we could move faster in a responsible and trustworthy way. That's not easy to do in a lot of organizations.
Sounds really like heavy lifting, you'd call it, right? How do you do it?
You really, really need to have the board and the CEO buy-in around this being fundamentally important to the business and more than just hype. It does require a responsible AI framework in place to have that level of speed with the right level of controls, and to really focus on this as fundamentally the number one growth objective for us as a company.
You also study, have a really interesting global study that you have findings on. What are you finding that's working? What are some of the lessons learned and best practices from other mid and large cap organizations that are well down the road regarding implementing the generative AI strategy?
One of the really interesting findings we've had is that CEOs in general tend to have a lot higher confidence level than mid-level management. Maybe that's unsurprising. But there is also a bit of a discrepancy between how people think about it with the C-suite generally being quite enthusiastic about this and thinking about this as a competitive advantage and actually planning on creating new jobs with generative AI and because of generative AI, rather than cutting jobs, which I know is sort of the common fear-mongering in media right now. So we have established a company-wide school of AI, which we're rolling out to tens of thousands of people, to every single employee of the company, as a way for them to get their head around the fact that this is not a threat, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for them to soar in their career, but also to help them understand some of the practices, some of the techniques of how to use AI, because we all have a number of things we need to unlearn and new habits to learn. In summary, we do have a digital divide between leadership and the rest of the organization. And I do think that broad-based education to the entire company is key to bridging that divide.
Great stuff, Florin. And any other leadership style lessons learned or tips that you can share?
The technology is moving so incredibly fast. And there is no know-it-all, if I can put it like that. It is all about learn it all. So I really do believe that a leadership style where one is humble, and you're willing and able to put aside time in yourself and in your people to constantly learn and acknowledge the fact that you're not always going to get it right, but you will constantly improve, is a really, really important leadership trait. And, it's something I'm trying to practice myself. The other dimension of this is that you cannot do this alone. So knowing how to develop a partner ecosystem of trusted partners on whom you can lean on is really, really important. It's just moving so incredibly fast. There is no chance for anyone, including myself, to be able to do all of this ourselves. You really need to rely on the ecosystem, and that's what I'm trying to do with, our partners like Microsoft, like Accenture, like Databricks, and others.
Florin, great insights and great thought leadership. Thank you so much for being here today. And again, congratulations on being a 2024 HMG Global Leadership Institute Chief AI Officer of the Year recipient.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hunter.
We hope you found this episode of HMG's Executive Leadership Spotlight beneficial. The HMG Global Network, a network of 400,000 technology leaders and a media platform that delivers more than 1 million impressions per week, is a valuable source of insight, continuous learning, and peer-to-peer research based on the insights and experiences of world-class, top-tier technology executives. Leverage the HMG network. Go to hmgstrategy.com to find out more.